ice cream.
Okay, got the CW1 facing there. All right, ready?
Ready.
All right, what's going on? This is TK from Comic Siren, the Gulf Coast CW. We're out here at day one of the Smoky Mountain Fan Fest with one of the legends himself from The Flash, Mr. John Wesley Shipp. How you doing today, sir?
Hey, it's good to see you again, man.
It's good to be out here. It's been a while since the last time. I think we got to hang out. It was right before the actual crisis.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
It's been a little bit, but everybody's out here. Everybody's vaccinated. Everybody's back at it again. It's great.
It sort of started slowly, It was like very cautious first couple of conventions, and now it's starting to feel like it did pre-lockdown, which is a good feeling.
It's great to be back out here. So what do you think of the event so far? There's a lot of cool people out here. They have the Batmobile out here even. Have you got to see that yet?
It's fantastic. There is so much here, and Michelle Harrison is on her way. We're going to be doing a Q&A at 4 o'clock today, and a photo ops, and I have a Q&A tomorrow, and photo op, and it's just there's so many different kinds of things to do, not just limited to comic books and other things. We have a wolf that has his own set right over there. I mean, monkeys, I understand, we have over there. We have it all.
Yeah, I saw those out there by the front a few minutes ago. It was pretty cool. Nice stuff. So, wanted to start off, I'll talk about, everything of leading up to Crisis on Infinite Earths, with the Earth 90 Flash.
Yeah.
How did that feel to be able to have that story be able to finally come full circle after all those years from the very first time of the very first bad guy that Barry Allen fought, where he said, doesn't matter how you're brought up, that's still no right, and it just all the way to the
I
to
remember
the
that
end.
line. Yeah, they made is it GIF or GIF? Anyway, I'm so uncool, but they made out of that.
Yeah.
I realize how an unhappy childhood probably brought you all this, but that's really no excuse. Bam.
Yep.
Yeah, it was. I thought they were out of their minds when they first suggested I come back in Elseworlds. I was like, that was 28 years ago, right? And they said, you'll be fine. So we worked with the crafts people at Ocean Drive Leather in Vancouver and with Kate Main, and they designed a new version. They actually sent up what looked like a coffin. They had kept one of the original suits in a vault, temperature-controlled vault at Warner Brothers, and they sent it up to Vancouver as reference. And then they built a new version of that old suit, slightly smaller, easier to wear, more user-friendly, thank God.
That's good.
But I love the way they brought me back in Elseworlds. Everybody was so excited, which moved me a lot. I didn't know how people would react, but the reaction was over the top. And then when they set me up to take the bullet, so to speak, in Crisis, I thought, well, that makes perfect sense. A Flash must die in Crisis. They can't kill Grant.
Right. They made everybody think it, though, for a minute.
And I also loved the way
they
did it. It wasn't sentimental. It wasn't, maudlin. It was, one of the reviews said they took what could have been a harrowing event and made it a triumphant one by having me steal his speed, by saying, keep riding the lightning, son, you'll keep making us all proud, and then to bring in the 1990 clip, which was an afterthought. I didn't know they were doing that. And me saying, I have faith in you, Tina, I have faith in you too, Barry. And then Barry knows what he's running toward as well as what he's running away from. And so I was, it's one of those few moments, because you always nitpick, right? I wish I'd done this, I wish this had happened, I wish they'd used that. That
was just so great for all the fans to see that, because, with the first Flash, it ended after one season, just kind of on a cliffhanger. Everybody thought we were going to get season 2. And it was just so great to see that character come back.
Director David Werner, who I love, Sterling Gates, the writer who said he was writing that scene and crying. The fact that I got to welcome Black Lightning into the Arrowverse, that was such an honor. And then I loved the whole stealing the speed. Sorry, kid, this is my sacrifice to make. And everything about it. The fact that they were shooting Grant early in the scenes, and I was always out of focus slightly in the background. The way that was directed, written, and realized, I wouldn't change a thing.
That's some awesome stuff. We think now since Elseworlds, since the Crisis, coming back, bringing the Earth 3, the Jay Garrick back with all the great stuff. With Nora and Bart. It really seems like if it keeps up after season 9, that they might possibly get a spinoff in the future. I mean, that's what I'm hoping for. That's what all my friends who watch the show are hoping for, because just the chemistry on it is awesome.
Well, we were working so well, Jessica, Jordan, and I together, and having such a good, meaningful time with those scenes, both having fun and a very meaningful moment, about, don't worry, you're going to be fine. You're going to be a good, and then going out saying the thing about I have a meeting with President Luther, and joking with them.
Yeah,
and it just all worked so well that, again, David McWhorter directed that episode as well. And he was like, this chemistry is working really well. I wonder if they have plans for you guys. But, I missed mentoring Wally as Jay did in the comic books, because they went in a different direction. But I'm getting to be Uncle Jay, and I'm getting to do a little bit of that mentoring with Jordan Fisher, who is so wonderful and is so honest, like Grant was and is, in his work, particularly at the beginning, the father-son scenes. There was just such an honesty that was passing between the two of us, and I felt that way with Jordan. I love Jessica. We just had the best time, and I look forward to more of it.
That's some cool stuff. And I can't wait for some of the stuff going on in season 9. I mean, y'all are starting filming on that soon, obviously.
September. It starts in September, but first, Stargirl.
Yes.
Jeff Johns created that character in honor of his sister. And Luke Wilson, Joel McHale, Brett Bassinger, terrific cast, really good writing. It's going to season 3 is premiering the end of August, and it'll be the only superhero TV on the CW this fall. So everybody's got to check in and support it.
That's going to be a good show. I mean, season 3, the first 2 were awesome. Seeing you in season 2 was just come back as Jay Garrick. I mean, that was just mind blowing.
It was great to be. Some people said you were more Jay Garrick on Stargirl than you were even on Flash. And I said, I can explain that because it's the Justice Society.
Right.
It's Jay's seat of authority. So I felt more Jay than I ever had,
That's some awesome stuff. Well, we can't keep you out here all day. You got a lot of fans out here waiting to see you. But before we do go, the police will be able to find you for the fans. And obviously, we're all going to make sure that we get the panel filmed in a little bit.
Yeah, we have a panel with Michelle Harrison at 4 p.m. Looking forward to that. We always have a good time. She said, well, you have to be your charming self. I said, what you meant to say was I just have to be the big goofball that I always am. She said, yeah, that's right. But she said, we'll have a good time. But looking forward to that. And you mentioned something else that I thought was important. What did you say just before the panel? You said where to find me. On Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I'm verified. There are other John Wesley Shipps that pop up and use my picture. That's not me.
As long as it's got the check, right?
As long as it's got the check. My handle on Instagram is John Wesley Shipp Jr. And if you're just looking for entertainment and personal stuff, my Instagram account is the place to check me out.
Make sure to check that out. Make sure to get out here to this amazing event. And remember,
the energy here is crackling. It's wonderful.
It's epic. Remember, we're the only show that has a clean bill of health from Dr. Doom, Dr. Strange, Dr. Fate, and Dr. Wells. We will see you in the multiverse. Gotta run.